Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast, episode 69. I am your host, Movement.
Hey!
This may be the fifth time we've taken this start of it.
I've got Chris and Jack with me this week, so hello everybody.
Hello everybody.
69, isn't it? Hello everyone.
See, I did that the first 4 times and then we were like, you can't keep that in.
No, there was other reasons, but we won't go into those.
Yeah, that's true. How are we doing?
Fine. Absolutely splendid.
Smashing. How are you, Smoothen? We never really ask how you are when these happen, so how are you,
Nobody
Smoothen?
cares.
I watch the cricket. Life is good.
Yes.
Life is not good. Bottled it.
Well, watching Steve Smith and Warner and Bancroft get booed to hell was highly amusing, and there's lots of sandpaper around. So
Yeah, but then Steve Smith showed us a batting masterclass.
I didn't watch it. I turned it off by that point. So
Sandpaper cunt.
Americans are like, "What are you talking about? What is this?" We're talking about cricket, mate. Cheers.
We are now a cricket podcast.
Welcome to the Bad Bookers Cricket
Whey.
Podcast. Done?
Way. 69 way.
Yeah. Let's start with the news. We've literally minutes before starting this, we found out the sad news that Harley Race has passed away. Earlier this year, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. It's at the moment unclear if this is the cause of his passing or if it's a factor. But NWA have tweeted out their condolences to the family, etc. Harley Race's actual account has also shared the news. Thoughts?
Sad day. He was a massive influence on this and the previous generation of wrestling, and he'll be sorely, sorely missed. R.I.P. Mr. Race.
Indeed. Let's go through other news. Internal WWE inactive list obtained by Fightful has Tommaso Ciampa's expected return from his anterior cervical fusion surgery listed for the middle of August. Eyes emoji.
Middle of August,
Big eyes emoji.
That has him when he's sort of listed to return. I mean, Seth was cleared for months before he came back. So, also months, weeks before he actually came back. It's just whether it can tie into a storyline or whether he'll get a shock appearance at NXT, which, is all possible.
Well, he said he doesn't want to leave NXT, doesn't he? So.
I mean, there is a takeover coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Which does look really good.
I still haven't watched NXT in like 3 weeks.
I haven't watched it this week, so I have no idea what's going on. I've not yet.
It looked really good.
The card looks really good.
NXT's really good.
It is amazing.
NXT is bae.
Someone came back in NXT, by the way.
Yes, they did.
I
saw that. Other news, Chris Van Vliet has signed a contract with AEW.
Or as MJF pronounced it, Chris Van Vliet, which I did like. Very good.
He's interviewing every single wrestler. He seems to be a top boy at the moment, so okay.
Is that all he does? He's just an interviewer, is he?
Yeah, but he gets all the top wrestlers.
It's like Kenny from Inside the Ropes, in effect.
He gets more high-profile current wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like,
or unless
firing shots there, Jack.
Well, I'm not being funny, but at the moment, all the Inside the Ropes releases are just like sort of snippets from Paul Heyman's interview from like 3 years ago, which are quite interesting to still watch.
They are,
but then you're like, come on, I want something recent,
Undertaker one was quite recent, wasn't it? But he hasn't released anything from that.
I don't care.
He didn't interview him, did he?
Didn't
he? Did he not? Was it just a...
No, because WWE pulled him out, didn't they? He was at the meet and greet, I think, but they replaced him with Foley, I think. Mick Foley.
Good shit.
Brilliant. Finn Balor wasn't pulled from Smackville because of injury, instead being pulled for having a stomach bug.
Oh, but a putty tummy. Oh.
Put it to the pay-per-view, guys.
Put your tummy on.
That sounds like I'm taking the piss. But
Got the poo-poos.
Pay-per-view, guys. Why are you pulling Finn Balor from it?
I'm sorry, Finn, with your rock hard abs. I'm really sorry.
I'm just glad he's not actually injured and we can actually get Bray and Finn.
Yes, that is
but
true.
not Demon Finn, because that would be silly.
That would be
They haven't announced it yet, so there's still a week to go, folks.
Well,
Who
they're going to
knows?
do it.
You never
No,
know.
I've put in the spreadsheet the Fiends versus Not the Demon. So it's done.
They're going to change it next week. Sorry.
They're not.
Oh wait, so it's definitely happening because you put it in the spreadsheet now.
100%. I've put it in the spreadsheet, therefore they have to stick
You've
to
got
the
a
rules.
direct phone call line to Vince McMahon.
You got
Me
a
and
red
Vince.
phone direct.
Me and Vince are tight.
It's good shit, man.
Tight.
That's why it's so tight.
Fucking what?
Oh, smoothing with a naughty joke. Herdy her.
Sorry.
He can go all we want. I can bring up what he said before the podcast.
Let's not.
Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma.
Yeah, Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma, has signed with Impact as a tweet from the company itself. We've got more about AEW's first weekly show being announced. What?
So I thought there was going to be like a reaction or some sort of response to the Emma thing, but no, just sort of smooth over it. That's
No, she's got no
I watch Impact, so I don't.
fucking headphone users. We do apologise. I am Rip. No, there's zero hype around Emma. Like
mean,
Impact's
that's
women's
unfair.
divisions. It's true though.
But it's unfair. She was really, I really liked her as a wrestler. She was really good.
Yeah, was. You was.
I mean,
Are you hyped her now?
Well, hopefully she can use Impact as a platform to really sort of showcase her talent again, because she was really good in the ring. Her match
That was
series
what
with Paige
Ring
was
of Honor was
fantastic.
mentioning. They've already got a mad women's division over there, so
Really?
she's going to have good matches. But
Yeah.
so but she's not going to be top girl over there. She's going to be in the middle of the pack.
Wow, imagine not even being top rung at Impact. Jesus Christ.
F in the chat.
Pretty much.
But yeah, back to what I was starting to say before I was rudely interrupted. The teacher's movement coming in. The first match of AEW's weekly show has been announced in Washington at the Capital One Center, or whatever it's called, arena. It will be Cody Rhodes taking on Sammy Guevara. They have also announced a 6-man tag match between the Elite versus Chris Jericho and 2 mystery opponents, which has sparked some conversation over on our Twitter between 2 people.
It's Villain and Jordy Nev, isn't it?
No, it's LAX. Only logical tag team. LAX.
It doesn't have to be an actual tag team, does it?
I have
Gotta
a
give
feeling.
Young Bucks a feud.
I have a feeling it will be Penta and Phoenix.
It'd be
Oh
funny.
my God.
But their faces, aren't they?
Too many cooks. It's Penta and Phoenix in the Young Bucks again.
Well, I do want to point out that Villain's contract is up on the 1st of October.
He's got to go there, surely.
Yes, of course it is.
But you'd put him in a program with Cody and not the Elite, surely.
But it's just a showcase match. It doesn't fucking matter.
It should matter. It's their first bloody weekly show.
Yeah,
It
but
should be
come on,
huge.
you know, it's going to be one that's to bring people in. Not all the matches have to have a story behind them. Just have a match for the sake of having a fucking match, innit?
Well, then they're going to fall into a very slippery slope if they do that and turn into someone else.
Look. I like storyline-driven content. That's fine, but it doesn't have to. And not every match has to have a 15, 20-minute sort of. Oh, this is why we're doing this and this and that, this and that. Just have a match. What's wrong with having Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin for no fucking reason, just for the sake of it?
Because that has
Everyone's
story
the-
behind it.
But does this match have story behind it? Elite versus
'cause-
Chris Jericho and 2 mystery opponents.
Because Kenny Omega's going to cost Chris Jericho the title since they've ruined the result for All Out. And then Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega are then going to have a feud. And I was speaking to Space Toast earlier on the Discord.
Oh fuck, he knows everything. So okay,
And,
fair enough. That's where this way you get your knowledge from.
Because we agreed that it would be LAX. And he reckons that they're going to run in on the ladder match, either drawing or before. And then that will lead into the 6-man tags of Young Bucks versus LAX and Jericho versus Omega.
Okay, probably. I don't know. I just wanted to see the villain come on.
But isn't he like champion in Villain Enterprise?
Yeah, but his contract's up very soon, I think.
So they're just going to terminate Villain Enterprises out of nowhere.
And to be honest, the old bloke from Villain Enterprises annoys me.
Is that the one with?
Let's be honest. To be honest, no one.
Or other what its fucking name is.
PCO. Is it PCO?
PCP. Looks fucking weird.
It's PCO, mate.
If I was him, the quicker he got out of Ring of Honor, the better.
Yes, he needs to leave quite quickly.
It's true.
Literally looking at a calendar every day, just putting an X through it.
I don't even think he's champion. I think Matt Taven's still champion. Top.
What is that?
What, Matt Taven?
Ring of Honor. No one knows.
All of that. Most of that sentence was just words.
Move on!
Ring of Honor bad. Move on.
That's all we need to know. And also, this was breaking news literally about 10 minutes before we started. AEW is going to crown its first women's world champion on the TNT TV debut in Washington as well.
Of course it is.
Who would you like to see in that?
Alundra Blaze.
You said that with such a straight face.
Nah, it'll be either Kylie Ray or that Dr.
Britt Baker.
Thugonomics.
Britt Baker. As long as Brandy Rhodes is well away from it, we'll be fine.
I would like to see B. Priestley as the first champion.
So would I.
I bet you would.
I would imagine it would be Britt Baker, seeing as Kylie Ray's fallen off the face of the earth since Double or
has she just not resurfaced since?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
Who knows? And then finally, a little bit of kind of what should we call it? Showbiz style news. In an interview for Hobbs and Shaw, the new film that The Rock is in, which is Fast and the Furious 400,000,002.
Off.
Roman Reigns has revealed that he will look to step away from a full-time WWE schedule in 5 years' time, which is when he will be 39 years of age.
Makes sense, to be honest.
Just do a Rock, become a big-time movie star.
Well, I mean, did you see the thing doing around where Roman Reigns killed a cameraman?
Yeah, I saw
whilst on the set for Hobbs and Shaw. He was swinging like a club axe thing around. He wasn't supposed to let go of it, but he let go of it and full-on punted a cameraman right in his face.
Of that.
Yeah. GG's, man. Well played, Joe.
I bet he just went...
you haven't mentioned that one of the fucking Usos got done for drink driving again. That's not in the news. It should be. It's pathetic.
That was last week.
It wasn't. Yeah. It was this week.
You literally talked about that last week.
It was last week.
You literally talked about it last week.
It was because we found out literally on that. It was on that day.
No, we didn't talk about it last week.
You did
because they mentioned it in the Doctor of Thugonomics rap battle,
and then it happened on the Wednesday. And then you spoke about it on the Thursday.
We were making love by Wednesday.
And then I put in the thing that Jimmy Uso might be good at holding championships, but he's not good at making simple common sense decisions of the twat.
So Raw, how did that go? yeah, you're right. I'm a fucking idiot.
That's the news. Let's start with Raw. I'm going to go out and say this is the most enjoyable Monday Night Raw I have ever watched all freaking year.
Watched all year. About to say, when you said ever, I thought, hang on a minute.
No, I was not going that far.
It's amazing we can finally come in and be like, I enjoyed Raw.
Yeah, it was
instead
good.
Of Raw was really shit.
It's
like of 51 weeks of the year.
Like the start of it. Obviously, we knew that the 24/7 title was going to be on the line. Mm-hmm. And then they did this massive package before Raw started, where it's like the most prestigious wrestling title of all history. And then it chose the 24/7 title, and I was just creating.
Memes. It was meme levels. That's why Heyman's there, for the memes.
Love it. But it was a mosh pit mixed tag team match, which I didn't understand what mosh pit meant. I thought it was just like a lumberjack match, but then nothing really happened.
So basically, during an actual match, you can't during a one-on-one for the 24/7 title, which is what the match was scheduled for. You can't interfere. But when the match is finished, it becomes a scramble. That's my take on it.
That's pretty much it.
Because as soon as the bell went, everyone shat themselves and ran away. No, it's like, he got piled on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Piled on.
It was great because Drake Maverick, I thought we were going to see absolute rockstar spud levels of wrestling. and then we didn't.
I know you saw it on 205 though, so don't worry.
I did watch 205, so
No, but it was hard. I saw the ending of that. We'll go to that later.
you can talk about it because I didn't watch it.
I didn't see it either. I just saw the end.
But then the match finished where R-Truth pinned Drake Maverick. Then we had the mosh pit enter the ring, and it was just a big pylon. And then we had the winner. We didn't know who. Well, I knew who the winner was because I saw who was on top of R-Truth first for the pin, and it was Mike Kanellis.
Yay! Go on, Mike. See, we're gonna need to talk about this storyline a bit because we are. Don't shake your head. We are because it's a major part of Raw at the moment.
I hate it.
Do you really hate the whole storyline?
I hate it.
What do you think, Jack?
It's not the best.
I'm indifferent towards it. I'm just like, it's one of those things you got to endure.
I would much rather not have it than have it, but it's there, so.
Because, I mean, it's going to become clear. I mean, is Maria actually pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I kind of went and I kind of sat there and went, nah, she's not pregnant. She doesn't look it. And then as she started walking away with, spoiler alert, the title, I was like, oh yeah, she is pregnant.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't like it because
Mike's not going to get a comeuppance in any way.
We've got
There's
the man, right?
There's no way this could end well.
We've got the man with Seth Rollins, which you just had, where it's like, oh, Becky's more of a man than you are, and now we've got
True.
this, which is Maria Kanellis demanding her husband let her in the locker room, threatening to kick him in his vagina.
It kind of made me laugh, that, to be honest.
I cringed all the way through it.
What is cringe?
That.
Sort of a... when you watch The Office, it's sort of like...
That's not cringe. You take that back.
No, I don't
you.
like cringe comedy in the sense that really awkward cringe comedy. I've only seen The Office once because of that. I can't watch it again.
I don't like you.
Well, that's fine. That's okay.
Guys, calm down.
That's okay. We have to fight.
There's no way. The only way this storyline can end is if Snitsky comes back and boots the baby out of stomach. That's literally the only way this can end well.
Oh.
To be fair, Maria Kanellis is stealing a living, so...
You say that about everyone. I think
say
you're
that,
stealing a living.
I've said this every week.
She's not, though. She was a valet for fucking years. And no, she's not. She's not stealing a living.
But yeah, she pretty much made Mike lay down on the floor. She stood on him. They were in the officials' room. I could see what was happening immediately and just went, oh, fuck.
If this was a fake pregnancy story... like, say, Stephanie from years ago, then then it would actually make sense because Mike gets no comeuppance from this. But then the other side of it is Mike's a heel, isn't he? Mike's a heel, and Maria Kanellis is an uber heel. Then
this is the problem of having them on two different brands. On 205 Live, he's an absolute despicable heel that you just don't care about. On Raw, you're just like, oh.
On Raw, he's Maria's bitch. But you're not all
Detroit.
to him. You're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, grow a pair and tell her to fuck off.
But that's their wife.
I know, it's weird.
You wouldn't tell Tracy to fuck off, would you?
I have done.
He does that on a daily basis, probably.
I don't. I love Tracy. I wouldn't tell her to fuck off and mean it.
I'm just waiting for the reaction now.
No, she can't hear. She's got headphones in. She can't hear.
Yeah.
Darling,
There we go.
No. We're discussing something. No, don't give me that look. We're discussing something. Basically, there's a weird storyline on Raw at the moment where the woman is basically owning the man in the sense of going, open the door or I'll kick you in the vagina is what the woman says to the man. And I'm not going to spend the 24/7 title bit, but basically I was thinking that the only way it's going to be a comeuppance is if Mike tells his wife to fuck off, in effect. But then Smoothum just says, well, you wouldn't tell Tracy to fuck off. I was like, well, I would, I'd say it, but not mean it, obviously. But like in a real storyline sense, no, I wouldn't tell. That would be dumb. But that's the only way. That's the only way out of the story, without Mike looking like a total bitch.
The story's trash. So.
Who's going to take the 24/7 title?
Drake Maverick's going to pin Maria Kanellis.
I don't think he should. I think they should keep it away from Truth and Drake for a little bit.
Drake Maverick has already tweeted that he's looking for. He's going to pin.
Well, yeah, I mean,
for words. Let's
Drake
find
can
out.
chase it as a meme, and that's fine. So yeah, I actually agree. Yeah, Drake doesn't need the title because he can chase it as part of the meme storyline. That's fine. But someone, it'd have to be a woman. Honestly, it could be I don't know, Renee Young or something mad like that.
But how did they get out of this? Because she's actually pregnant. How do they go around pinning her?
She's having a scan. Done.
They did mention this week, didn't she? She was going to be on.
Yeah.
Have her legs up and
She's laying
start.
on her back.
Yeah.
Press on it. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but that's still a bit dodgy, isn't it?
No. I actually can see this now. You're going to see Drake in there with his little tuft of hair with a fucking surgical mask on because apparently you need a surgical mask for a scan. You don't. Spoiler alert.
So Drake Maverick tweeted a wanted poster with a picture of Maria Kanellis on it, with the one where it says first pregnant champion. And then it says, I have no shame, no remorse, no fear. I will pin a pregnant woman to become 24/7 champion again. Yes, I have tweeted that. And then the response from Renee, his wife, was, so you'd happily lay on top of a pregnant woman for 3 seconds, but you won't do that for me.
GG's. It's funny, but yeah, I mean, how do you get the title off Maria unless she's keeping the title for a while? But then does that devalue the 24/7 title?
Yeah.
It's a joke title. How can you devalue it?
You're devaluing its jokiness because I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, it's over. Smoothman doesn't care about a title, therefore it's done.
Because he just hates Maria Kanellis.
I do hate Maria Kanellis with a passion. I don't
If you
know
saw her in
For
New
no-
Japan, you wouldn't hate Maria Kanellis.
I would.
He doesn't
You
watch
really
New
wouldn't.
Japan, does he?
Yeah, exactly. So,
According to
proving-
Kev, doesn't. What's this? Kenny
Why-
Omega versus Jericho. Should I watch it?
Why do you hate Maria Kanellis?
I just don't like her.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know why.
Why?
So
You just said you hate her with a burning passion. Why? You must
because
know why.
she's trash.
In what way?
In what way?
Well, I've not seen her wrestle a single point. I thought she was supposed to be a wrestler.
She hasn't wrestled in years.
Okay.
She's not a wrestler. She's more of a valet than a wrestler.
The first introduction was her
In fact, that's a lie. She wrestled in the Royal Rumble.
and Mike coming out on their debut, and I was like, "Who are you two?" Not a clue.
That's not her fault that you don't know who they are.
Right. Then I didn't see her for months.
She got a great theme.
Because she was pregnant then as well.
Right.
She joined WWE and then she
And then she
got
came
pregnant.
back, and then we saw her in the Royal Rumble, and then she disappeared again, and then now she's back again. Like
Because they went on to 205 Live.
And also you got to look at the fact that Mike has come over a massive painkiller addiction. As in, like, career-threatening, life-threatening
Hence-
painkiller addiction,
hence
which is
why
why he's
neither
been
of
on
them
and off
are.
TV for the past 2 years. They've been signed for years.
and then they get a boosted amount of money.
Because they were working their way into a deal. Like a true business person would.
Still a living.
Let's go, champ.
Let's move on.
God, not Shannon Briggs, please. Please.
Let's go, champ. I love it. Such a
5-man gauntlet match to determine AJ Styles' SummerSlam opponent.
epic.
I liked this a lot.
Shout out to Andrade ripping that mask off. Because
Yeah.
fuck heritage.
Yes. Loved it.
Fuck heritage. We already know what he looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's still a disrespect, though, isn't it?
yeah, I know.
And it's already happened.
Disrespectful.
When did it last happen? Like,
New Japan,
He
was
did
it
it himself.
Andrade last? It was Andrade last.
Yeah, it was. But
And-
still.
I like how the camera zoomed in on his face as well.
Zoom on the disrespect.
So it started with Rey Mysterio against Cesaro.
Banging.
Cesaro, man, what a guy!
Did he do the Swiss 1-9? Because I didn't see it.
No.
Poor
He
form.
did European uppercut the life out of Rey Mysterio.
Well, that's what he does. He eat,
good.
sleep, uppercut the fuck out of Rey Mysterio, repeat.
Love it. And although his theme is cookie cutter straight out of Creator Wrestler Land, I like bringing
You
that
should
up.
give him Big Cass's theme. That's what you should have. Most generic.
I would suggest at the moment that Cesaro is stealing a living more than Mike and Maria Kanellis.
How?
Because Mike and Maria Kanellis are actually in a storyline where Cesaro just loses every week.
That's because Cesaro's being booked terribly because Vince McMahon doesn't like him.
But Cesaro doesn't have a character.
But Cesaro can go.
Cesaro does have a character. His character is I'm good at wrestling, lol.
Yeah, but that's what Seth's character was for a long time, and then no one gave a fuck about him then. This is the point, is that, yes, we all like Cesaro, but he's not a draw, is he?
He's a draw in a smarky way, but not a casual way.
He's not a casual draw. And to an extent, Drew Galloway's the same. McIntyre, is the same.
Drew McIntyre should be title holder.
But he's not, because he's not a casual draw. He's a smart draw. It's how it is.
Wrestling is stupid.
It's the same with the Revival. Simple. Okay, people might disagree with that, but it's true. Moving on.
Yeah, so Mysterio defeated Cesaro. Then Sami Zayn came out and tried to beat up Mysterio before the bell rang. He then tried a haluva kick. Mysterio tried to get him with a small package, but botch, and had to redo it quickly afterwards.
Yay.
But they did it quite well because he went to do it while he was doing a haluva kick and then just dragged him down anyway afterwards. Yeah. It didn't look too bad.
You could tell it was a botch then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't appear on Botchamania, would it? To be honest,
they got around it quite well.
Then after that we had Andrade, which obviously is going to be the best match in the world because it's Andrade and Mysterio.
Much goosebump.
Which was so good. And then we had the ripping of the mask.
El Disrespecto.
And then Mr. Ricochet came out.
Is that Rey Mysterio's alter ego?
El Disrespecto.
That's his heel character.
Yeah, Ricochet came out to check on Mysterio. Check is all right. He's got the thing is right. He's been disrespected. His mask is half there's nothing left of his mask. Ricochet comes out with a jacket. Surely you could have just given his jacket to put over his face.
We should put a bag on his head.
I've got a jacket on. I thought he was going to give him a jacket, and then he just threw it out of the ring. I was like, don't care then, do you, pal? You checked on him and then threw your jacket out of the ring. What a dick.
Who's a dick? Ricochet.
Yeah.
All right.
Stealing a living.
Fucking Ricochet, mate. Stealing a living. Cunt.
He's not.
Pew. It is some great moves. Great match. He's so he's scarily fast, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so quick. Everything is just so fast. It's hard to keep up with it.
I try to do after his stuff.
That's why he's so good. And to be fair,
Pew.
we were all worried that he was just going to get lost in the shuffle, but they've done quite well because he was slightly getting lost in the shuffle, but they've done quite well to drag him back out and make him feel like Ricochet's on. Let's watch this. Because
Heyman fucking loves him, and Heyman said that they could build the entire fucking brand around him. I mean, put it this way, right? Going back, and we're going to skip back a little bit, right? Remember I was saying about the inside the ropes things.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was one from a couple of years ago, which is the same sort of interview or Heyman appearance in a crowd, whatever it is, audience thing. And Will Ospreay's there. He calls him out and is like, "Hey, here's an Evolve contract." And he mentions, I'm pretty sure he mentions Ricochet in that as well, because I'm a massive fan of your and Ricochet's work and things like that. And this was all during the Ospreay Ricochet match where Vader was like, "Oh, this is just fucking ballet. This is just fucking dancing." Shit. Apparently Vader's from Yorkshire. This is just fucking ballet, like.
Happy Yorkshire Day, everyone.
Is it? Oh, fucking Yorkshire.
Fucking what, mate?
Shut up. You don't live in Yorkshire anymore. Pipe down.
Fucking stealing a living is.
Stealing living, that's smooth. And stealing living.
Take the man out of Yorkshire, but you can't take Yorkshire out of the man.
Chris is doing a story.
I forgot it now. It doesn't matter anymore.
It was about Ricochet and Will Ospreay. It's when Will Ospreay was given the Evolve. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that Heyman's been watching them two for years and is of the opinion that nowadays Ricochet could have the whole fucking Raw brand built around him.
You said a few months ago that he would never be never be Universal Champion. Has that changed, Chris?
Well, Ricochet. Did I say that about Ricochet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said Ricochet would never be Universal Champion.
Are you sure that was me? Because I was
Pretty
always
sure.
advocating.
I'm not going to go back and.
More
You
like
said
a
it.
to say.
Huh?
You've said it on this before.
I said all sorts of shit on this podcast. Okay, well, if I did say that, then I'll happily retract it. Ricochet could be Universal Champion. Absolutely. 100%. By this time next year, I reckon he will have had it at least once.
Breaking news.
Put money on it.
I probably should. I won't, but I should.
Probably won't get good odds.
Yeah, Ricochet won the gauntlet match. And will have his match against AJ Styles.
Which he'll still lose, but that doesn't matter.
AJ Styles.
A moment of this happened.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. But then the Usos came out and Jimmy dropped his mic. True. Move on. But no, it's a really good match, actually. What happened next? The
Triple threat tag match.
Oh, match. And the OC...
It's almost like those three teams are really good.
Yeah.
It is. However, I really don't like the fact that they're calling them the OC first. Like, I don't mind them calling them the OC, but it's everything that comes with it. So they're doing now the new hand gesture of OC, which looks stupid. Yes, thank you for the whatever hand gestures you were doing there, Chris.
I've noticed it, but it's not got me as riled up as you have.
Oh, it's frustrating. The original.
They're still doing
only-
2-3 as well.
What is it? The original? I can't remember.
The original, the official club.
Doesn't matter.
Something like that. It really doesn't.
In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter.
You're getting your knickers in a twist for no apparent reason.
It's still real to me, damn it.
They're supposed to be heels. They're supposed to be like bastards.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like, oh, we're the best. We're the OC. We're the club. We'll fuck you up. And then it's like, we're the original. We're the OC.
Yeah.
No.
Fine.
The only thing that pisses me off is they're not even the original. So,
They're not.
but not a hand gesture that hasn't pissed me off as much as it has you. It seems you seem to get riled up about such small minor details.
But it gets them away from doing the too sweet.
They still do the 2-sweet.
They still do it.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough then. I'm trying to get a new hand gesture over.
But it's not over with me.
Smooth as like, everyone else in the class and Smooth was like hands on his head, sitting on his hands. No.
No, I'm not doing hand gesture.
Ms. Girl.
No.
No.
Ms. Girl. That's my reaction. The OC. We put this in the chat on the DMs on Monday, didn't we? Me and Jack. We both said that's it. The club are winning this.
Yeah, it makes no logical sense for them to win it storylines wise, so they're obviously going to win it.
Well, yeah, they're a newly formed group that needs to keep AJ over. So therefore, well, no. I said needs to keep AJ over. The whole idea of the group is that all three of them have belts, surely. So yeah, it was to me it made the most sense. Revival, it gets the titles off the Revival, which, to be honest, as much as I love the Revival as wrestlers, their title run's been weak as fuck, and that's due to how they've been booked and how the tag team division has been booked in general. Usos don't need the title, and to be honest, Jimmy decided to get a bit drunk again, so obviously, we can't really give him the title after that, even though they did it before. But
they've done it before.
No, they didn't give it to Jimmy. Bear in mind, Jimmy wasn't driving drunk that time last time round.
Yeah, he still threatened a police officer.
Yeah, but he wasn't driving, so it's okay.
And he still got arrested for it.
And then released without charge. This time he got charged.
Cool. So that happened. Then we had the Viking Raiders squash some jobbers again.
Fine. Has to. It's fine. It keeps them reasonably relevant, and they don't need to be in the title picture yet because the OC need the title for a little while.
I've got nothing more to add, really.
Jack looks perplexed.
No, I'm just trying to fix my phone case.
Should have kept the NXT, but
you don't even watch NXT, so why would it matter?
Do you want to just take over and I'll just leave?
No, I'm fixing my phone case. Leave me alone.
Not my dad.
You're not my dad.
So we had a Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss match, which had a stoppage because
she had a little boo-boo on her ankle.
She hurt
a fake legit ankle injury.
Fake legit ankle injury.
Yeah, fake news.
Match
Whatever.
stopped. She was then like, "Oh, I'm injured. I can't continue, but I can sit at ringside and watch Nikki Cross have a match instead of getting nonsense." Logic out the window. And then Nikki Cross had a match against Becky Lynch, which Becky Lynch won, and then was attacked by Alexa Bliss at the end. And then we had Natalia come out and
Great.
Clatter with a sharpshooter. I'm gonna offer out a submissions match and then not offer it out.
We also had a very weird segment earlier, which shows them like training before the event.
I like that. I
thought it was very different, and I actually enjoyed it.
Plus, it was Finley there. Anything with Finley and
then apparently it sparked into Twitter war as well between Becky.
Of course, it fucking did. Just stay off Twitter, please.
So what happened? So she told Kayla Braxton about making it a submission match, which is just gonna be trash.
But she's not. She said she was going to offer it, but she knows Becky would decline it, so she's not even going to waste her time by offering it. So,
but I'm just going to probably put on a sharpshooter instead. Very loose sharpshooter.
Her sharpshooter. It's
a loose sharpshooter.
She invented the move.
It's almost as good as the Rock sharpshooter, which has never worked.
Oh, that's a top quality sharpshooter, to be fair.
Do you know what's the best sharpshooter in the world? The one where she puts it on two people.
Oh, wow, because both of them just look a bit uncomfortable rather than anything else, don't they? So, you're mildly inconveniencing my back. Can you stop? Can you stop that, please, love? I can feel her boobs on my back. Can you stop? Why is everyone from Yorkshire, by the way? I don't really understand why.
You are embracing Yorkshire Day to its fullest.
I'm in Lincolnshire. It's a different county.
I know. So then Seth Rollins was due to have a match against Ziggler after all the nonsense last week with HBK, etc., etc. He came out to HBK's theme music, did all this stuff.
I really liked it. It made me like Ziggler for once in his life.
It made me care about Ziggler, I guess.
Scenes.
Ziggler's going to lose either way.
Forever, mate. And then we had the match. And then during the match, we had the usual Brock Lesnar theme music came on. I'm going to be a stupid wrestler. I'm going to stare at the stage for 10 minutes.
God. To be fair, when you hear Brock Lesnar's music, you'd think, oh, fuck. I'm about to get fucked.
It's one of those iconic things where you know bad shit's going to happen.
Surely you just run off. Instead, he tried to run off after the match.
You don't want to run off. You got to make Seth Rollins look cool, guys.
But Lesnar's like a bear. No matter how fast you run, it will catch you.
Making Seth Rollins cool at the moment is like polishing a turd.
Seth Rollins isn't cool anymore.
It's bad. It is bad when Brock Lesnar's demolishing someone and the crowd is chanting one more time.
Yeah.
You're the problem, folks.
No, it's not.
No, it's complete. It's not even WWE's problem. It's Seth's problem as well. He's alienated a lot of people.
But I don't necessarily think it's just his Twitter antics alone. It's his stupid Becky storyline.
And that, but he just doesn't help himself half the time. People just don't care about him. And to be fair to him, he took a fucking hell of a beating. I mean, like that F5 onto the stretcher looked fucking brutal.
Oh no, the one onto the chair where his ribs hit it, that looked fucking
twice onto the chair, one onto the stretcher.
3 times onto the chair.
So 3 times, so that's
once, twice, 3 times.
It was the best.
Smashed him into the ring post with an F5, and then he left him alone. And then later on, as they were supposed to have the Samoan Summit nonsense.
Was that Samoan Summit?
Samoan Summit.
It was the best Brock Lesnar segment ever. I'm going to put that out there.
Yeah, and then he killed him backstage.
Was it Brock who killed Rey Mysterio on a stretcher, or was that Big Show?
I want to say Big Show. I don't remember Brock and Rey ever being in a...
Yeah, it was Big Show. Sorry, it reminded me of Rey strapped on a stretcher. Big Show picked the fucking thing up and launched it backside against the steel step or like the ring post, and just fallen face first down. So just cracked me up. I forgot about that until now.
After all that happened,
have you seen that, Smoothman?
I think so.
Yeah, brilliant. Sorry.
Of course he hasn't. He doesn't watch wrestling.
That's during the time where I'd stopped watching wrestling, actually, because I thought it was fake and therefore stopped watching it.
What? So against now that you don't think it's fake now.
It's real to me, God damn it.
There we go. There we go. We get that at least once a podcast, I think.
Real to me, damn it.
But yeah, the Samoan Summit didn't happen because it just happened to be a brawl backstage before the Lesnar nonsense.
It did happen, kind of.
Summit.
Samoa Joe came out and was like, "We're not having a summit because peace talks have broken down. I want to fight." Then he got beaten up. Samoa Joe, everybody.
Cedric Alexander jumped off the Titantron.
Yeah,
Like
he did.
Top lads.
Fucking mad lad.
I like how in the space of 3 weeks, Cedric Alexander has gone from nobody on Raw to in the main event picture.
We love a bit of Cedric.
Absolute lad. He's got zero character, but he's a fantastic man.
Yeah.
Indeed. And that was Raw.
It was a good Raw.
Finished with them all brawling. McIntyre was involved, Gallows and Anderson, Roman Reigns, the Usos, and then Cedric Alexander, because obviously he's in a feud with McIntyre, apparently.
And you don't know what's going to happen next, which is why you need to tune in next week.
And then it'll be the probably. It's going to give you a reason to tune in, and then it's going to be probably the most dullest Raw before a pay-per-view we've ever seen.
But it's not.
No, go-home Raws, go-home shows are usually trash.
Exactly.
Really? I've never.
Go home shows because they usually are trash. Because I'm pretty sure they do it on purpose because it then lowers your expectation. Because then the pay-per-views are usually quite good.
Well, usually the final shot of the Raw or the SmackDown before is, I mean, yes, there's been some trash ones like Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar literally having a tug of war over the belt. You remember that one? And give it here. No, you give it here.
Smoothman wasn't watching at that time.
That wasn't that long ago. That was only like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he doesn't watch now, mate. So he doesn't know what he's on about.
But yeah,
he's devastated over that. He's fucking devastated.
I mean, there's been a few trash ones, but now, some of them have been good. It's 50-50, I think, more than anything.
They're more trash. Maybe wasn't the wrong word. It's just boring. Nothing really happens because they try and not give anything away for the show. But obviously, if this guy gets beaten up, the guy who got beaten up is clearly winning.
Boring and trash are the same thing. Yes.
And you're both.
Here and out, I'm no longer part of Bad Buckets Wrestling Podcast. Check out Go Wrestling 2.
Let's get Space Toaster in.
That's where I'll be at. Don't even joke about that because he will probably snap your hand off.
Yeah. We love you, We love you, Toaster. And Smoothman, of course. Smoothman is an OG.
Nah.
He's not an OG, he's an OC. He's an OC.
If Space Toaster comes in, we can rename the channel as OC because Toaster is part of the original, the official, the only club.
What? No.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, SmackDown. I was disappointed with SmackDown.
I still don't know what to think of it. I don't know if it was good, it was trash, it was boring. I don't care anymore.
I mock Smoothman regularly for not watching for not watching stuff. I've only seen minor snippets of SmackDown, so I don't know. I can't really base much on it.
There wasn't much to watch.
What happened between Charlotte last week?
Well, there was no Shane McMahon. That's all I know.
It's true. I know there was. He was in a video package at the start, so
yeah,
technically still on the show. But I called the Charlotte Flair stuff last week.
I think everyone did.
Yeah.
Explain for numpties like me. Go on.
So last week I heard that Charlotte Flair was gonna challenge Trish. Like that was on the grapevine somewhere.
Yeah.
Basically, Meltzer said it, so everyone knew about it, but Smoothman wants to take claim to it.
I take claim. Meltzer, come at me, bro. And then they announced it she was going to be on King's Court, which, because it's in Memphis, we need to wheel out that old bloke again.
Oh, Leatherface.
And then I knew it was going to happen straight away, so I kind of didn't even need to watch the segment.
Jerry Lawler looks like someone wearing a Slipknot mask of Jerry Lawler. It's just, there's so much tan and wrinkle and sort of odd looking face that I don't want to see it ever again.
I also want to talk through why has he got a king's chair and a queen's chair, but didn't sit in it once?
Because he's Jerry. And we want to look at some puppies instead.
Cheers. Which, yeah, that's Jerry for you. We started the night with Kevin Owens addressing everything, the absence of Shane. He celebrated pretty much, and then he got interrupted by Drew. Declidy was wrestling him, and then smashed him outside the ring. Stuff on the table.
That's not PG, is it?
Smash that.
Smashed him on the table.
I give me more shouting Kevin Owens. Give me more shouting Kevin Owens. That's what I'm loving this KO at the minute.
And
I
then
hope they don't
get used to it because he's quitting in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah.
I think it
Shane McMahon, the best wrestler in the world, doesn't lose
he
matches.
defeated the Miz. Is this match going to have any sort of stipulation, as in like rules behind it, like Hell in a Cell? The loser jumps off.
Don't think so.
Loser jumps off a cliff or something. Well, not loser jump. No, it's like on the cliff match or a buried alive match or a
Cliff on a pole match.
Yeah, man. Cliff Richard on the pole, just chilling.
I love those.
What, Cliff on the pole?
Buried alive matches. I actually, when I was younger, thought people died. Genuinely thought people died.
I thought you said I'll participate in a buried alive match.
Me and you.
Right now, let's go.
Yeah, so we had the match and then Owens won. Yeah.
Why is Drew McIntyre losing all the time? Why do all the good people lose?
Because he's the heel. He's not the top heel. He's just a heel at the moment.
Yeah, but they could have had Elias in this segment. No one cares about Elias anymore.
Yeah, because he's aligned himself with Shane McMahon, and he's Shane McMahon's crony.
But so's Elias.
Yeah, you look really sad about it. Oh, Elias.
I am. Drew McIntyre.
It's because he's not over yet as a heel, in a sense that he's not a draw yet. But the only way to build him as a draw is to. It's the Jay White theory. It's the main event that we have to build him.
He's a star.
But you have to build him some more.
But you have to wait until he's a star.
It's been a while since we made that joke.
But there is a little bit of credence to that when it comes to Drew McIntyre, in the sense that we all know how good Drew McIntyre is. We've seen him on NXT. We've seen him from years ago. We've seen him recently. Even when he was doing his tag stuff with Ziggler, it was still fucking good. But since he's broke away from that and aligned himself with Shane McMahon, he's just been shit. It's just
That's
been...
what happened. Shane McMahon's on TV, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you not listen, Vince?
Can you imagine, right? Bear in mind, right? 2 years ago, Shane McMahon was the best thing since sliced bread. 2 years ago, right? Can you imagine 2 years down the line we'd be saying that we don't want any more Shane McMahon? He's the least favourite McMahon.
He's the reason why I got back into wrestling.
What?
He's the reason why I got back into wrestling.
Well, there you go. And
it hurts me.
It's a weird set turn of events, isn't it? Where we've been oversaturated.
Basically, he's a cunt, so there you go.
Face Shane I can handle, but heel Shane is just it's not shit. It's just irritating.
Fine.
And it's not heel supposed to be irritating. It's fuck off right now.
It's go away heat, isn't it?
No, it's not go away heat. It's much more than go away heat.
It's like
it's phone heat.
Yes, basically. Helicopter crash heat. Oh no, I said that.
You were supposed to think that, not say it out loud.
My name's Matt. My name's Chris, and tonight, Matthew, I'll be playing Matt Quine. So yes, let's go with it. Let's go.
I love how Jack's face just sunk.
Fuck me, why did I? I'm not editing it out. So.
Oh.
I've got a pod title as well. I don't know if I want to use it.
Please don't.
Okay.
Alien and Ember Moon. So obviously the two people who are going to be fighting on Sunday a week on Sunday are going to be in a tag team together after Ember Moon eclipsed her last week, because this makes complete sense.
Clearly, his eyes in
what even makes more sense is that Ember Moon took the pin. Why do Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross need a win? Let's just confirm that. But why? Ember Moon's in your top championship on the women's side of SmackDown, and you're having her lose to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, who are doing nothing at the moment.
Seems, mate.
Well, Moment of Bliss is more over than Ember Moon, apparently.
And then she gets fucking hugged at the end of it as well.
Right. Do you know when you watch her do an eclipse and everybody's like, oh my God, she's out of, she's just, that's a statement, right? Isn't it? That's a statement move.
It's a wrestling move, not a statement.
It's a bank statement.
Shush. It's a statement move, isn't it? It's like the stunner. It's a statement move.
Yes.
So then
it's pretty much the same move, just one's off the top rope.
Fuck off. But I don't even know why I bother. Chris, take over.
Okay. No, come on, Sweden, you're fine. It's okay. Sweden.
What I was trying to say was the eclipse is a statement move at the end of a segment. Bailey's Bailey to belly just looks trash.
Is it belly to Bailey or Bailey to belly?
Bailey to belly. To be honest, right, it didn't. Ember Moon, so it was actually a more credible Bailey to belly rather than just like the one where she just sort of hugs him and falls over.
That's what happened.
They're just shit anyway.
It looked like when she actually lifted her up and Ember Moon ragdolled a bit and it looked alright.
She needs a new finisher.
Yes.
The only time that move was good was when she did it on Sasha on that takeover, because Sasha ragdolled to shit and made it look credible.
Yeah.
It's just a shite move.
It is.
I completely agree.
You know what's better? A women's right. That's what's better.
At least that looks like it hurts.
Are you trying to piss me off?
No, I'm trying to piss Matt off because I know he's listening now.
If you say that a Bailey to belly is better than a women's right, you're an absolute wrong one.
Both in the same category.
Right and wrong.
Women's right looks like it hurts.
Both trash.
I'm not saying that either of them's trash, or I'm just saying a woman's right looks like it hurts. A hug into a laying down motion doesn't look like it hurts.
But we should see the return of a Northern Light suplex. That's what we need more of. Bailey should do a Spanish fly. That'd be a great finisher.
5-star wrestler instantly.
Exactly. Over as fuck.
How it works. Then we had Charlotte Flair challenging Trish Stratus.
We've already talked about this.
Yes, I know. After the King's Court nonsense, that's happening. Then Finn Balor had a match against Dolph Ziggler because everybody wants to have a piece of Dolph Ziggler at the moment. Why not? And then we had another appearance.
I'm sure you do, Spoon.
Oh, yeah. Several pieces.
Dolph Ziggler.
Look, it's good that... See, the thing with Ziggler is for weeks and months we've been saying, get him off. We just don't need him anymore. It's not pointless, but it's like we know he's going to lose no matter what event he gets in, no matter what he gets involved with, he's going to lose. So you can understand why people's reactions to Ziggler's sort of lukewarm at best. It's just like...
But Smoothman loves him, so that's all that matters.
You've got to have a bit of love for him, I guess. A little bit.
So we had this match, which was then interrupted by the Fiend. It looked like he actually walked out on the ramp.
I think he did. I really liked it. It's different.
Yeah.
Do you know when I said a couple of weeks ago he needs to do something like Sting used to do, where he's in the rafters and they just put the light on him? Do that.
They could do that.
I think this is kind of what they did, because as soon as he started walking, it cut back off to darkness, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which I really liked. He doesn't need to attack him every week.
No, just needs to spook him.
Psychological warfare.
I knew this was coming a little bit because we had a Firefly Funhouse as well, where we had
after.
It was before, because Ramblin' Rabbit was like talking about how Finn is his favourite, talking about how brave he is, but he's warned that he's made a grave mistake. And then Ramblin' Rabbit heard something and then he hid, and then Bray Wyatt, not dressed as the Fiend, came out and started to look more sinister as the TV show, the TV show host, and then started laughing, and then that was it.
But he had the glove, I'm sure he had the gloves on, didn't he?
No, I don't think so.
He had different gloves for that, I think.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm sure he has different gloves for when he has that character to this one. I think.
Because he's been wearing the hurt and heel ones before, whilst being in.
Yeah, I don't think I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't wearing any gloves at all.
Was. I do like the hurt and heel thing.
Yeah.
If he goes and heals somebody or hurts somebody, he chooses a bit like Harvey Dent as when he's got the coin. If that makes sense to anybody?
Yeah.
Nope, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You need to go.
No, it does kind of make sense to me, I guess. Sort of it's up to chance, isn't it?
But obviously, this is up to the voices in his head.
I hear voices in my head. Sorry,
Randy.
Shinsuke.
Randy, didn't we?
Yeah, we will do at some point. I think I didn't. I kind of skipped it, to be fair.
You shouldn't have done. But what get on to that?
Shinsuke Nakamura had a match, which I was kind of surprised about because I didn't know it was happening. And then we had Ali. So was this just another? Because did he face Ali at?
He was supposed to face Finn Balor. Finn Balor got putty tummy. Oh my god, putty tummy. So Ali stepped in.
And then
yeah. Putty tummy.
This time Ali won, didn't he?
Yes, because champions lose all the time.
Yep.
You'd love to see it.
I do like Ali. It's good.
Ali's good.
Yeah.
Then the IC title though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough momentum behind him for him to win it yet.
He's getting reactions. That's all we can ask for. It's not like the IC title's top of the pile at the moment.
No, but Nakamura's giving a little bit of credence to it, I guess.
Yeah, but he's not going to be there for long enough, is he?
Isn't he actually? What is he basically said he's fucking off then, or what?
Well, no, his contract runs out April, I think.
And that's not enough. You can hold it to Survivor Series or something. He's not gonna, but you know.
No. Then we finished the night. I know this probably happened before. We had the Randy Orton package, I think.
It was a fucking good video package. A really good video package.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's amazing how obviously they're twisting the truth a little bit, saying that Randy Orton was the one to injure Ali, but we all know that's not really the case. He got injured on a house show. But I like how they're kind of adding that into it. And it's accidentally the best continuation of a storyline they've ever done.
Yeah, it is. It's 10 years.
The whole Kofi thing. And
amazing what you can do when you actually acknowledge the past, isn't it?
Mm.
And they don't tend to acknowledge the past, but yeah, but when it's done right and in the right context, yeah, that was. I think you're referring to the stupid punt thing.
And it just how things even itself out with. They obviously, like we said, it wasn't exactly true, but Randy Orton did give Ali an injury by booting him in the eye socket, which then he was off TV for a couple of weeks because of that, I think, and that's what gave Kofi Kingston the WWE Championship, pretty much.
Oh, sweet.
And last week they were saying how Randy Orton was saying how he was trying to help him back then, and he helped him now by taking Ali out of the thing so he could get the championship.
Very clever.
I'm really excited. It's probably one of the it's probably one of the matches I'm most excited for.
You can tell Randy's into this as well, and when Randy's into it, you know it's going to be a good match.
When Randy gets Randy for it.
No, genuinely, because when Randy's just doing the motions, it's just a nothing match. But if it's one he's really into, then fuck yeah.
Yeah. Completely agree. And then Kofi then had a match, which when it looked on the graphic, I thought this was a 3-on-3 tag match.
Apparently it was supposed to be, because apparently SmackDown got rewritten an hour before the show.
Shock.
Apparently this was supposed to be a 3-on-3.
Very good. So what was it then?
It was
just AJ versus Kofi.
Versus AJ.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
Not too bad. I don't think anyone was here for the match. They didn't care about the celebrations because they had to cut backstage
Yeah.
for important news.
Roman chilling, when Roman sort of doing a sort of saunter round backstage, and then scenery falling on him.
Do you know what? I hate the acting and the production value of these are just so bad.
Vince has seen him in a movie and was like, "You've got to be in every single movie scene we do now. We're going to have scaffolding fall on you with a camera attached to it."
Who was it?
Reports said it was Buddy Murphy straight away because he was seen, and I was happy with that. But as of today, apparently it was Daniel Bryan.
He did say, so that makes sense now because he did say he was going to make a career-changing career-defining
announcement, and Roman. It was something to do like Roman. Daniel Bryan was going to do an announcement, and he's bottled it twice. Roman was about to do an announcement, and someone stopped him from doing an announcement. Yep. So apparently that makes sense in some way. I just.
But it did show Buddy Murphy walking away, which I figured out after multiple.
After you thought it was Tommaso Ciampa, you fucking idiot.
Because he was wearing a Tommaso Ciampa style raglan shirt, and I just couldn't see his hair because it was dark in the background.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, we'll see. We will see. Obviously, that will come out next week, I believe.
You have to tune in for next week's SmackDown Live.
Indeed. That's all for Raw and SmackDown this week. If you didn't quite catch who won between Kofi and AJ, it was Kofi.
As it should be.
With shenanigans. Not shenanigans from anybody apart from the club, obviously.
It was a fantastic Trouble in Paradise from a phenomenal forum. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. No one's watched NXT, have they?
Well, I know the Fandango's back.
Yes, Fandango's
back. I've seen stuff. Cameron Grimes won. Cameron Grimes won the breakout tournament. Was that this week?
Cameron Grimes is.
He was the one that beat Shane Strickland in the first round, I think. Or was that Jonah Rock?
He used to be called Tommy Lee or whatever his name is.
Trevor Lee. Tommy Lee. Tommy Robinson.
Keith Lee?
Yeah, Trevor Lee. Yeah, he's the one that beat Shane Strickland in the first round.
Very nice. You mean?
Like I said, I just saw he tweeted out, "I'm the breakout." So 1 + 1 = he's won the breakout tournament.
Beat Bronson Reed. Shayna Baszler, I think, has been announced in a match with Mia Yim for the title at TakeOver.
Ooh. I need to catch NXT. I need 3 weeks worth. I've caught up on NXT UK except for this week's. I need to catch up on NXT.
And then Pete Dunne had a match against Roderick Strong, which apparently, according to Bleach Report, was an A+ grade match.
As expected.
So go and watch it, folks.
Peter.
Do you want to talk about Peter? Do you want to talk about 205 Live?
Peter.
I don't have that much to add other than I saw Drake and
we had to start with Brian Kendrick and
the Brian Kendrick.
Not the pirate Brian Kendrick, just normal Brian Kendrick. Ronda Rousey training Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa versus the Singh brothers. And they won.
Brothers.
The Singh brothers. Obviously, Jinder Mahal's not on. Jinder Mahal's not on TV anymore because he's dead. He signed a new contract, but he's dead. So Singh brothers are going to be on 205 Live.
That's fine because the Singh brothers were a really good tag team years ago.
They've already beaten the Lucha House Party in a feud. So
fuck yeah, go on, Singh brothers.
And then we had. What do we have after that? There was 3 matches. I swear there was 3 matches.
Gulag?
No, Gulag wasn't on there.
Well, let's talk about what you remember, otherwise there'll be a lot of dead air.
We'll talk about the main event. It was Drake Maverick versus Mike Kanellis in an unsanctioned match because they want to copy AEW.
From what I gather, Mike Kanellis just beat the living fuck out of Drake.
Let's just say Drake Maverick had a belt on, and he didn't have it on for long, and there was They didn't hold back on the belt strikes.
No.
It was quite uncomfortable at times how hard they were hitting with the belt strikes. That is not fake.
No.
Lindsay Dorado beat Aria Davari. There we go.
Okay.
No wonder I forgot it.
So
Pretty
the end for that match, well, the unsanctioned match, it's not a match, was it Mike Kanellis had Drake set up for a crucifix bomb from the second turnbuckle, going to do it, had him set up, and then Spike
he turned it into
Drake turned it into a Hurricane Rana, got him up, did the Spike Dudley DDT from like the second rope bulldog style thing. 1, 2, 3, banging.
But the only question is that if Mike Kanellis won, he would face Drew Gulak for the title. Now, it makes sense because obviously Mike Kanellis is on Raw now, so I would kind of hope that he's not on 205 Live anymore. But who's going to face Drew Gulak? Nobody knows.
I think it should be the Brian Kendrick.
I think it should be Rockstar Spud. Win his own title. There you go.
Scenes.
I'm down for that.
Yep, scenes.
Is there anything else we need to add?
Unless you've seen any of the G1.
No.
I've caught up. I haven't watched the last 2 days. Since fucking last week, you read out my out-of-date spreadsheet.
Well, I didn't know it was out of date, did I?
When I'm not here, you like to read my stuff, like star ratings and spreadsheets and shit like that.
Go on then.
Block A. This is all up to date. I've not seen the last 2 matches, but I know the last 2 nights, but I know the results. So, Kazuchika Okada's on 12 points, undefeated so far. Kenta, Kota Ibushi, and Tanahashi are all on 8 points. Evil is on 6 points, and then the people that can't win the block, Lance Archer, Will Ospreay, Sonada, and Zack Sabre Jr. all on 4, and Bad Luck Fale, who's on 2.
Zack Sabre Jr. only getting 4 points is a criminal.
Well, it's not over yet.
But
they've still got another 4 matches.
I have loved how he's used Boris Johnson in every promo that he's done.
It's very funny.
It's brilliant. And then it turned into a Simpsons meme this week, which was highly amusing.
They've still got another 3 matches, so you can get 10 points. Top load. Block B is currently being led by John Moxley on 10, not undefeated, because Knobhead Toriano beat him this week. Fucking cunt. And then there's a ton of people on 6 points. So the people on 6 points are Juice Robinson, Tomohiro Ishii, Cunty McCuntface, Tetsuya Naito, Hiroki Goto, Jeff Cobb, and Jay White. And the 2 people that can't win the block are Shingo Takagi and Taichi, both on 4 points.
For those of you who didn't know, that made up name that Jack just put in was Toriano.
It wasn't made up.
It's Toriano.
Complete factual.
The only thing that I haven't seen, I've only seen snippets of G1 bits because literally I just don't have time to watch it all.
This is why I haven't caught up with. I only just about caught up with NXT UK, and I haven't caught up with NXT because
it's so hard.
With the G1 on, it's so much wrestling.
It's literally every day. It's like 3 days in a row when they do a tour.
And if I go on the upcoming pay-per-views, you got a G1 on the morning of Takeover and a G1 on the morning of SummerSlam, as well as the final the next day. It's just like I'm not going to sleep. Not going to sleep at all.
Yeah, but luckily, oh no, it's not because it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, isn't it?
The latest they do it is 10. I think it's been 10 o'clock in the morning.
I think I'm just gonna I've said this for 3 weeks on the trot and still haven't started, but I was gonna watch all the matches that you've put as best to worst. I think
all the worst ones are Tory McCuntface. So
cool.
Matt's on 4 days. I think he's given up on watching it because it is a lot of wrestling.
It's a lot. What I've learned to do is when I for example, when I did 3 in a day, like 3 in 3 days, I waited until it came on demand and watched it the day after and just skipped all the. I looked at the result, not looked at.
That's what I've been doing. Like obviously they do the tag matches at the start, don't they?
Yeah, I've looked at the results and just skipped them all until I get to the.
Yeah, I don't watch any of the tag matches. Like I'm not too fussed by the tag matches, so I skip all that. Watch the G1 matches, and then I don't watch the entrances or anything like that. I just watch the matches.
I feel annoyed because I wish I could have seen all the the Moxley with Shota Umino stuff, because that looks funny. Because I've seen a picture of Shota Umino just swearing with Moxley.
He's Moxley's taken him under his wing, because he always comes out with the US title with him.
I love it because Shota Umino is so good as a young lion. He's probably the best of the young lions, I think.
That's probably they probably like, right, we'll give you this run before you go to AEW. You have to put over one of our young lions, our best young lion of this guy, which
is Red Shoes' son as well, which is quite funny. It? Yeah, there's a picture of Red Shoes swearing as well. I've seen
Red Shoes. Who was it? It was the Bad Luck Fale versus Will Ospreay match, and obviously Bad Luck Fale's got Chase Owens and what's his face,
Gato
with
no, not Gato.
He's with Jay White, Gato, isn't he?
Yeah, I know.
Head booker of
Jardo,
the guy with the fucking kendo stick. Obviously, they twatted Will Ospreay and with all that, and then they took out the ref as well, and Bad Luck Fale pins Lance Archer, pins Will Ospreay, and Red Shoes came out of nowhere, counted the two, looked at Bad Luck Fale and just stuck up both middle fingers and ran away.
That's amazing.
Yes, Red Shoes.
Red Shoes is like the most over ref in the history of mankind.
Top bloke.
I think that's all we've got time for.
Yeah, I haven't watched NXT UK this week.
I haven't watched NXT UK for at least a month. I think
the one I watched.
I don't need to watch it because there'll be promo packages that explain the lead up to everything.
The one thing I know is Trent Seven versus Walter from last week was really good. Proper good, hefty boys fighting each other.
Big strong boys.
It's
also noted that Tegan is it? I forgot her name.
Tegan Noakes.
Yeah, is back in wrestling, isn't she?
She was in a house show for NXT. Obviously, NXT UK Takeover is in her hometown, I believe, or home country at least. So hopefully she turns up.
Indeed.
Get a massive pop from the crowd.
Indeed. Once again, thank you very much for listening to us this week. If you've got any questions, make sure you send those to us at BadBookersWP on Twitter. Make sure you check out our website, www.badbookers.com. Make sure you go and check out our YouTube, Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast. Obviously, if you go to our website, you'll find all of our Twitters where you can go and follow us. Obviously, I will have to accept you because teacher nonsense. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.